A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a crucial move to avert a government shutdown, congressional leaders have unveiled a stopgap spending bill that will ensure the federal government remains funded through March 14th. This legislation comes at a pivotal time, as lawmakers scramble to finalize a measure before the current funding expires at the end of the day on Friday. The bill not only aims to maintain government operations, but also allocates over $100 billion in emergency disaster aid to assist states and local communities recovering from recent hurricanes and other natural disasters. As the festive season approaches, the Christmas tree outside the U.S. Capitol stands illuminated, symbolizing the urgency with which Congress is working to finalize this critical spending bill. The new legislation is expected to provide a temporary solution, allowing President-elect Donald Trump to establish and approve new funding priorities once he takes office in January. The proposed bill includes $100.4 billion dedicated to disaster relief, addressing the aftermath of Hurricanes Helene and Milton, among others. Additionally, it sets aside $10 billion in economic assistance for farmers grappling with low commodity prices and escalating production costs. House Speaker Mike Johnson emphasized the importance of this funding, stating, "We have to be able to help those who are in these dire straits." With net farm income projected to decline significantly, Johnson indicated that further aid for farmers could be forthcoming in the next Congress. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer expressed optimism about the agreement, highlighting its lack of cuts and controversial provisions. He noted that the bill would support Democratic priorities, including funding for child care, workforce training, and job placement initiatives. Schumer remarked, "With this agreement, we are now on our way to avoiding a government shutdown." The bipartisan nature of the bill is evident, with Representative Glenn Thompson, the Republican chairman of the House Agriculture Committee, acknowledging that while he hopes for more extensive economic relief for farmers, this bill is a positive step forward. "It's a great start," he said, indicating that the funding would signal to the markets that farmers and ranchers would be eligible for the necessary credit to sustain their operations. President Joe Biden initially requested approximately $114 billion in disaster aid, emphasizing the urgent need for funding to repair federal facilities damaged by natural disasters. The bill allocates significant portions of the aid to various recovery efforts, with around $29 billion earmarked for the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Disaster Relief Fund. This fund plays a crucial role in debris removal, infrastructure repair, and financial assistance for disaster survivors. Furthermore, $21 billion is designated for farmers who have suffered crop or livestock losses, while $8 billion is allocated for the reconstruction of highways and bridges across more than 40 states and territories. Senator Patty Murray, the Democratic chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee, acknowledged the bipartisan effort, stating, "While this is not the legislation I would have written on my own, it is a strong, bipartisan package that provides the resources communities urgently need to recover." As Congress approaches another shutdown deadline, the urgency to pass this legislation is palpable. House Republicans typically allow lawmakers 72 hours to review the text of the bill, which could push a vote on final passage to Friday. Meanwhile, the Senate's reputation for slow action adds to the tension, but many lawmakers are eager to conclude their work for the year and pave the way for the incoming Congress. In addition to disaster relief, the legislation includes provisions aimed at extending telehealth coverage for Medicare enrollees and regulating the profits of pharmacy benefits managers. It also addresses national security concerns regarding China, expanding on a Biden executive order designed to restrict investments in countries that pose a threat to the U.S. This aspect of the bill enjoys broad bipartisan support, reflecting a rare consensus in Washington. Moreover, the legislation includes a provision to transfer the land where the old RFK Stadium is located from federal ownership to the District of Columbia, potentially facilitating the construction of a new stadium for the Washington Commanders. Additionally, full federal funding is allocated for the reconstruction of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge, which collapsed after being struck by a cargo ship. As lawmakers work diligently to finalize this spending bill, the stakes are high. The outcome will not only determine the funding landscape for the coming months, but also set the stage for the new Congress and the priorities of the incoming administration. With bipartisan cooperation and a focus on urgent needs, this legislation represents a significant step toward addressing both immediate and long-term challenges facing the nation. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.